beautiful day. It is incredible out here. It's about 68, 69 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. And just a nice springtime feeling breeze blowing. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sun is a little harsh, a little bright, but it's not hot. There's nothing hot about this. No humidity. It's just a really beautiful day. So no special agenda today. Nothing really going on. Not going anywhere in particular to investigate or try out or anything like that. Just it's just turned January, of course, 2023, the new year. And I just was going to talk a little bit about my plans for the year and what I hope for. Not necessarily making New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but what I hope for the new year for myself, as far as this channel is concerned, as far as my particular goals, be they health related, be they personal, whatever. I'm just going to talk a little bit randomly about that. I don't have any particular agenda. Just wanted to kind of walk around and just talk a little bit about that stuff today. Wow. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but that's all that screaming and shouting is from a softball game being played right over there. What a weird random time for a softball game at roughly 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, I just want to kind of talk a little bit about what I plan for the new year, or this upcoming, the next 12 months, basically. I don't have an agenda with my channel. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not even monetized. I just like going around and checking out new things and documenting what I do, whether it's a Disney park or a trip that I'm taking, back home, like the one I just did in December to Memphis. Just various things like that, trips around the country. I just enjoy documenting travel and interesting things that I do. So I have no no particular schedule of anything. I don't do the daily vlogs like a lot of people do. I love those, but that's just not my schedule. I'm just not I have no desire to even do a daily vlog. So I'll just put them up periodically when I feel like it. And just kind of go from there. That's really the whole point of this page, is just this channel is just to document some of the fun things that I do throughout the course of the year. So next, I would say I want to talk a little bit about. I'll go ahead and get the not so good stuff out of the way first. 2022 was not a great year for me in a lot of ways. It wasn't terrible, but for the first time in my life, I ran into some health issues, and because of that, I spent a lot of time going to different doctors and stuff, trying to figure out what all is going on. Fortunately, we've pretty much narrowed it down to what we think, and we can rule out all the really, really nasty stuff. It's nothing cancer related. Nothing, like heart related or anything that's something that could just be, terminal like that. So we've at least ruled all that out, which is good. So I'm trying to get on a plan now to kind of just get back and have a really healthy year this year. I'm watching what I eat. See, one of the things that happened because of this medical condition is that from basically summer of 2021 until the fall of 2022, it caused me to gain roughly 40 pounds or more, right around 40 pounds that I put on in just barely over a year. So I've now that we finally kind of got a diagnosis going, we figured out what's sort of been going on with me. I finally got a plan in place for a pretty solid diet. and an exercise plan that actually will be starting in just a couple of days. So I am looking forward to that, to getting back into to working out and stuff like that. Now, as far as the diet itself is concerned, I've never been one to follow, what do you want to call it, fad diets or, scripted out diets as far as, doing like the Atkins plan or Weight Watchers or anything like that. That stuff's never appealed to me. I basically, what I do when I do focus on my diet and I have a plan in place, I'm usually really good just sticking with counting calories, cutting way down on sweets, and cutting out between meal snacking, and that seems to really help me with my dieting. And once I get that in my head, and once I make it literally just a part of my daily routine, it no longer feels like a diet. If you understand what I'm saying, it just becomes how I eat throughout the course of the day and the week. I don't do cheat days. I used to in the past, but it always felt like it just set me back too much. When you go 5 or 6 days in a row being really good, I don't see the point in just having one day where you throw it all away, where you eat a bunch of stuff that's really not good for you. So it's I want to lose the weight, and I'm gonna lose the weight, but the point is to be healthy. It's not just the vanity of losing the weights and seeing the number on the scale drop, because the number on the scale doesn't really matter. It's how the weight is proportioned around your body. If you have more muscle, obviously muscle weighs more than fat, and you're going to have a higher number on the scale, but you're in better shape than someone who has more fat who may not weigh as much, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm digressing here, but ultimately what I want to do is, like I said, I actually picked probably the worst time of the year to start a diet, which I actually started it, I guess it was about 3 days before Christmas, at the end of just last month. And but I've stuck with it. I've actually stuck with it. I've got a certain amount of calories that I am limiting myself to each day, and I've only gone over that once, and I guess roughly the 3 weeks I've been doing this diet. I've only gone over one day in 3 weeks, so I'm proud of myself for that. And most days I've kept it well under, not just getting right up to the border of that limit I gave myself, but generally speaking, I've kept it well, several hundred calories below. So I've already lost, just since I started this, like I said, in about 3 weeks, I've already lost roughly 12 pounds. And my ultimate goal is to lose the 40 pounds that I gained, to get back to the weight I was in summer of 2021. So as long as I lose those 40 pounds, I'll be happy. So I've got this workout that I'm going to do, and it's a weight training thing. I'm going to be doing some stretching exercises. I'm not going to do. I'm trying to figure out ways to do some good cardio, because I've got unfortunately an issue going on with my back as well. It's an arthritic condition in my lower back. So I'm trying to balance that with working out, which is not always easy, because obviously your lower back is affected by every move you make. So I can't go out and run. Even bike riding has become painful at times when I do that. Hopefully I'm going to get treated by a chiropractor this year as well. I'm going to finally get off my can and go call the local chiropractor here and see about getting some appointments set up to get that righted, or at least get it in better condition so that I can work out. Beyond that, the workout that I like to do is I'm going to do some stretching exercises, do some light cardio, just kind of test out the back and see how it goes. Beyond that, I'm going to, I have a Gorilla Bow. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a bar with the resistance bands attached to it that you can do various exercises with. It's very similar to lifting weights. I was doing them about 2 years ago before I got off of my diet and allowed myself to gain all this weight, and the condition started. And I was able to actually build up some muscles and get some tone going. So enough about the health stuff. I'm going to move on to better things, talking more about the kind of things I want to do with these videos that I'm doing. Again, like I said in the beginning, I just want to document fun things that I do, places that I go, if I travel. So far, I've done the Kansas City. We went to one of the Monday Night Football games there in Kansas City with the Chiefs and Raiders. Documented that back in the fall. I've also, we went on this 8-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, which was cool. Documented that. Went home to Memphis. Back during the holidays last month. Documented that. Anyway, I just enjoy stuff like that, and just any random thing that hits my fancy. Whereas if I go to Disney, I'm not going to document every trip I go on, but I will document a few here and there, depending on if it's a particular ride or an event that I'm covering that I want to see. I think that will be fun to do. Other than that, travel and I want to get more into history videos as well, because I'm a student of history. That's what I've got my degrees in, and that's what I've studied basically since I was a kid. So I love local history, big international history, national history, whatever you call it, whatever you name it. If it's history, I generally tend to like it. So I want to expand and do a few more history type videos as well going forward. But coming up in particular, I know I've got in about 3 weeks, we're going to New York City. So I'm definitely going to be documenting that. That's going to be fun. So be looking for the video here. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to a couple of Broadway shows. Check out probably the Metropolitan Museum, Art Museum, and just kind of walking around Manhattan and just seeing what's there. I've been to New York many times in the past, but it's been a while. It's been about 14 years since I've been to New York, so that's a long dry spell for me in New York City. So I'm really looking forward to getting back there and checking it out. It'll be cold because it's going to be at the end of January, so it's going to be a very cold trip. Hopefully I won't be too bitter cold. But that's the next thing that's really the biggest thing coming up on the schedule. So beyond that, like I said, I'm just going to go out and do some local history, some of the things that haven't been done to death, something maybe a little bit more unique, with a more interesting flavor than just the same thing over and over again. So I really look forward to that. I plan on doing some research and really learning the ins and outs of the various subjects that I plan to do. So I'm looking forward to doing those. Beyond that, I just want to document having a great time and enjoy just going around and living life in Central Florida. I moved down here 17 years ago, and I wasn't even convinced back then that I would stay a Floridian. There was never been anything in particular that attracted me to Florida. I came down here for work, and turns out here I am 17 years later, and I like it. I'm clearly a Floridian now. So anyway, but I do enjoy it, and I'm definitely going to get immersed in some of the local history, and hopefully make some interesting videos for you to check out. But that's basically all I really have for today. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about my New Year's, kind of what I'm going to focus on, and as far as the weight and the health stuff, I'm not really planning on doing a specific, video tracking of that. I'm just hoping that, through the course of these videos over the next 7 or 8 months, you're going to see me shrink, because I definitely plan to lose about 40 pounds or more over the course of the next 7 or 8 months. So anyway, that's basically all I really have for today. Thanks for watching. If you are watching, just give me a like and subscribe if you want to see some more of this content, and make some suggestions in the comments if you have something in mind you'd like to see me cover. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. This is the view from where I work. I work in Clermont, Florida, and I don't actually live here, but I live nearby. But the locals here, we always joke that Clermont is located on the only hill in Florida, because as you know, Florida is a very flat state at sea level, so there's not a lot of hills here. But Clermont is one of the few that actually has a view. Which is pretty cool. Actually, on the other side over there, I don't really have access to that right now, or I'd show you. But there's the really long rolling valleys that you can see from where I work, and lakes and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually really quite scenic out here. I really enjoy it out here.